Animal Kingdom, Part 1 Features. Animal Kingdom, Part 1 Features. Feature, phylum or phyla. Antenna and eyes. Compound eye and simple eye. Phylum, Arthropoda. Antenna and eyes. Compound eye or simple eye. Phylum, Arthropoda. Radial symmetry, adult. Bilateral symmetry, larva. Echinodermata. Radial symmetry, adult. Bilateral symmetry, larva. Phylum, Echinodermata. Bioluminescence, phylum Ctenophora. Bioluminescence, phylum Ctenophora. Calcareous shell, phylum Mollusca. Calcareous shell, phylum Mollusca. Canal system, phylum Porifera. Canal system, phylum Porifera. Coenocytes, phylum Porifera. Coenocytes, phylum Porifera. Nidoblast cells, Coelenterata. Nidoblast cells, Coelenterata. Corals, Coelenterata. Corals and coral formation, Coelenterata. Comb plates, Ctenophora. Comb plates, Ctenophora. Closed circulatory system, Annelida. Closed circulatory system, Annelida. Chitinous exoskeleton, Arthropoda. Chitinous exoskeleton, Arthropoda. Cylindrical body with proboscis, collar, trunk, hemichordata. Cylindrical body, proboscis, collar, trunk, hemichordata. Extracellular and intracellular digestion, Coelenterata. Extracellular and intracellular digestion, Coelenterata. Excretory tube and excretory pore, Aschelminthes. Excretory tube and excretory pore, Aschelminthes. Endoskeleton calcareous acicles. Endoskeleton calcareous acicles. Phylum Echinodermata. Endoskeleton calcareous acicle. Phylum Echinodermata. Excretory system absent in Echinodermata. Excretory system is absent in Echinodermata. Fragmentation, phylum Porifera. Fragmentation, phylum Porifera. Flame cells, phylum Platyhelminthes. Flame cells for excretion, phylum Platyhelminthes. Female is longer than male, Aschelminthes. Female is longer than male, Aschelminthes. Feather-like gills. Feather-like gills called Ctenidia, phylum Mollusca. Feather-like gills, Ctenidia, phylum Mollusca. Gills, book lungs. Arthropoda. Gills, book lungs. Arthropoda. Hypostome. The mouth and ventral side, mouth and the lower side, Coelenterata, hypostome. Hooks and suckers, Platyhelminthes, parasitic adaptation, Platyhelminthes, hooks and sucker. High regeneration capacity, Coelenterata, high regeneration capacity, Coelenterata. Head, thorax, abdomen, Arthropoda. Arthropod, body is divisible into head, thorax and abdomen. Jointed appendages, phylum Arthropoda. Jointed appendages, phylum Arthropoda. Longitudinal and circular muscles for locomotion, phylum Annelida. Longitudinal and circular muscles for locomotion in phylum Annelida. Largest phylum, phylum Arthropoda. Largest phylum, phylum Arthropoda. Metagenesis, Coelenterata. Metagenesis, alternation of generation. Polyp sexually reproduce medusa, medusa sexually reproduce polyp. Metagenesis we call Coelenterata. Mostly endoparasites, phylum Platyhelminthes. Metamere, metameric segmentation, phylum Annelida. Metamere, Annelida. Malpighian tubule, excretory organs of phylum Arthropoda. Malpighian tubule, excretory organs of phylum Arthropoda. Mantle, Mollusca, mantle, Mollusca, mantle cavity, phylum Mollusca, mantle cavity, phylum Mollusca. Mouth lower and anus upper side, Echinodermata. Mouth lower, anus upper side, Echinodermata. Nutrients absorbed through body surface, phylum Platyhelminthes. Nutrients absorbed through body surface, phylum Platyhelminthes. Nephridia, Annelida. Nephridia, excretory organs of phylum Annelida. Non-muscular gut but having muscular pharynx. Gut is non-muscular, pharynx is muscular. Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes, non-muscular gut, muscular pharynx. Open type of circulatory system, Arthropoda. Open type of circulation, phylum Arthropoda. Polyp and medusa. Polyp and medusa. Coelenterata. Polyp and medusa. Coelenterata. Parapodia. Parapodia are the locomotory organelles of phylum Annelida. Nereis, sandworm is having parapodia. Parapodia, phylum Annelida. Paired ganglia, lateral nerves, double ventral nerve cord, phylum Annelida. Paired ganglia, lateral nerves, double ventral nerve cord, phylum Annelida. Proboscis gland for excretion in hemichordata. Proboscis gland, hemichordata. Respiratory and excretory function, Ctenidia. Mollusca. Respiratory and excretory function, Ctenidia. Ctenidia for both respiration and excretion, phylum Mollusca. Radula, phylum Mollusca. Radula, phylum Mollusca. Rasping structure. Radula belongs to phylum Mollusca. Spongin fiber, Porifera. Spongin fiber, Porifera. Statocyst, phylum Arthropoda. Statocyst, phylum Arthropoda. Second largest phylum, phylum Mollusca. Second largest phylum, phylum Mollusca. Sensory tentacles, phylum Mollusca. Sensory tentacles, phylum Mollusca. Spiny bodied animals, Echinodermata. Spiny bodied animal, Echinodermata. Echino, spine, derm, skin. Water vascular system, ambulacral water vascular system belongs to phylum Echinodermata. Water vascular system, phylum Echinodermata. Unsegmented body, head, muscular foot, visceral hump, phylum Mollusca. Body is unsegmented and divisible into head, muscular foot, visceral hump in phylum Mollusca. Worm-like marine animals, hemichordata. Worm-like marine animals, hemichordata. 2/3 of the species, phylum Arthropoda. Asymmetry, phylum Porifera. Radial symmetry, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, and Echinodermata. Radial symmetry, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, and Echinodermata. Echinoderm larva is having bilateral, but adult is having pentaradial symmetry. So radial symmetry is there in Echinodermata also. Pentaradial symmetry, Echinodermata. Bilateral symmetry, phylum Platyhelminthes 2, chordata having bilateral symmetry. Asylum, that asylum, Porifera, Coelenterata, and Ctenophora. Asylum, Porifera, Coelenterata, and Ctenophora. Pseudocoelom, Aschelminthes. Pseudocoelom, Aschelminthes. Eucoelom, Annelida 2, chordata. Eucoelom, Annelida 2, chordata. Seijocoelom, Annelida 2, mollusca. Enterocoelom, Echinodermata, hemichordata, chordata. That eucoelom is of two types, Seijocoelom and Enterocoelom. Eucoelom, Annelida 2, chordata. Seijocoelom, Annelida 2, mollusca. Enterocoelom, Echinodermata, hemichordata, chordata. Hemocoel, blood-filled body cavity, hemocoel, phylum Arthropoda. Cellular grade of organization, phylum Porifera. Tissue grade of organization, Coelenterata. Organ grade of organization, Platyhelminthes. Organ system grade of organization, Aschelminthes 2, chordata. Habitats, not much important, but we should complete NCERT text here. Habitat, phylum Porifera. Generally marine, some freshwater animals. This may be question, Spongilla. Habitat, phylum Porifera, generally marine, some freshwater like Spongilla. Habitat, Coelenterata, mostly marine, some freshwater like Hydra. Mostly marine, but freshwater is Hydra. Habitat, Ctenophora. It might be question, exclusively marine. Habitat, Ctenophora, exclusively marine. Habitat, Platyhelminthes, mostly endoparasite. Aschelminthes may be free-living, aquatic and terrestrial in free-living. Parasitic may be on plants and animals. May be free-living, aquatic or terrestrial. May be parasitic in both plants and animal. Habitat, Annelida, aquatic, both marine and freshwater, or terrestrial or free-living, and sometimes parasitic. Habitat, Arthropoda, aquatic or terrestrial. Aquatic or terrestrial. Habitat, Mollusca, terrestrial or aquatic. Aquatic, marine or freshwater. Habitat, Echinodermata, all are marine. Habitat, Echinodermata, all are marine. Habitat, Hemichordata, marine. Habitat, Hemichordata, marine. Reproduction, Porifera, asexually by fragmentation, sexually by formation of gametes. Phylum Porifera, asexually by fragmentation, sexually by formation of gametes. Coelenterata, reproduction. Polyp produce medusae asexually, medusae form polyp sexually. We call this feature as metagenesis. Example, Obelia. Reproduction in Ctenophora take place only by sexual reproduction. Only by sexual reproduction is seen in Ctenophora. Platyhelminthes. Sexes are not separate, planaria, high regeneration capacity. Aschelminthes. Sexes are separate, unisexual, dioecious animal we can say. Male and female are distinct. Reproduction in Annelida. Nereis is an aquatic form, is a dioecious, but earthworm and leeches are monoecious. Reproduction mostly completely sexual. Reproduction Arthropoda, mostly dioecious, unisexual animal. Reproduction Mollusca, mostly unisexual animals. Then reproduction Echinodermata. Sexes are separate, unisexual animals. Dioecious we can say, reproduction is sexual. Hemichordata, sexes are separate, unisexual or dioecious we can call. Asexual reproduction is seen in Porifera and Coelenterata. Sexual reproduction generally from phylum Porifera to Hemichordata, feature of kingdom Animalia. Sexual reproduction. Direct development, Aschelminthes in some, Arthropoda in some. Some animals of Aschelminthes and some animals of Arthropoda are exhibiting direct development. Indirect development, having larval form we call indirect development. Indirect development is there from phylum Porifera to Hemichordata. Every phylum has their own larval forms. Sexes are not separate, hermaphrodite we call. Eggs and sperms are produced by archaeocytes and coenocytes respectively, that in the same individual, phylum Porifera. Reproduction takes place only by sexual, Ctenophora. In Ctenophora, fertilization is external with indirect development. They are usually dioecious and oviparous with indirect development, phylum Mollusca. Sexes are separate, reproduction is sexual, fertilization is usually external, development is indirect with free-swimming larva, Echinodermata. Sexes are separate, fertilization is external, development is indirect, Hemichordata. Nereis, an aquatic form, is dioecious, but earthworms and leeches are monoecious. Reproduction is sexual in phylum Annelida. Fertilization is internal, development is indirect, having a larval stage which morphologically distinct from the adult, Porifera, Platyhelminthes. Fertilization is internal and development may be direct. The young ones resemble the adult or indirect development, Aschelminthes. So these are the features of animal kingdom. Features of animal kingdom. Thank you. Animal kingdom part 1.